On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Are just committed to kind of misunderstanding or interpreting things the way they choose to interpret
We're
them.
committed to misunderstanding you. Is that what you're saying?
That's what it seems like right now.
Okay, you know the interesting thing about it is you said that you don't know everything.
I got you, Kayla.
And it's funny because I could fix your situation. Genuinely.
Oh
I could fix you. Real talk. I could really give you the game. I could really give you the game.
Go on, Anton.
Anton has the answer.
Go on, Anton. Come on. Tell me what the good Lord has shared with you.
He doesn't even know.
I don't have the answers or what it takes to get married and all of that other type of stuff. That's irrelevant. Okay.
That's not the end all to be all. Plenty of married, unhappy ass people all over the planet. Like I really want to find out what is the actual objective that we have as human beings.
I didn't even ask my question.
No, I don't care.
Are narcissistic because they require a certain level of whatever, I'm not trying to make myself appear a certain type of way, but I've also gone to therapy. I do my work. I go to therapy twice a week. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I'm okay with living in my truth. I do my work on myself. So I don't like when people try to make it seem like it's very, this social media age, people feel like they know everything. They're so self-righteous. They want to poke holes in everything. I want to act like we're not all living life for the first time. It's the age of follow the follower. Everyone wants to try to demean somebody or poke holes in their character or make it seem like, oh, I know they said that, but they probably mean this. Or I know they said that, but let me try to figure out the loophole in it. Look, everybody's not going to be outright. Like, I didn't need to share the whole story, but the fact remains there are women that actually deal with this shit. And the reason why they don't speak up about it is because of what Anton did tonight. Tried to make it seem like I was playing victim by speaking to my truth. And yes, you can say your truth. It's the truth. No, it's my truth. I'm not going to speak for what somebody else's experience is. I could speak to what my experience is.
So hold on. I'm going to go to Kayla and then Kay. And then anybody else can respond. Go ahead, Kayla.
Just really quick. I honestly think that Logic hit it on the nail on the head before he left. And the rest of this have been, oh, you're not downing yourself and exposing your flaws all over the internet enough for these people. What Logic said was absolutely right. In reality, you will attract all types of things. You cannot control the type of men that come up to you. But what you can control is the type that you accept. And that's what Logic said. He said that some pick-me's are choosing the wrong men to do that for. So your discernment about the type of men that you actually choose, it doesn't matter what kind of men come up to you. All types of men will come up to you. You can't take that as a reflection of yourself because a man decided to come up to you. The reflection of yourself is the man that you allow into your life, that you allow into your space, and that decision. And that's the most important thing, is having that discernment and choosing the right man when they're hunting, is to allow the right man into your space. Because when you allow the wrong ones, because of the empathy or whatever it is, then those are the results you get sometimes. But we have to be better with the men that we allow to come into our life, to come into our space, and that you do those things for. Because it does create resentment to want to do those things when you do them for the wrong man. And then you feel like, what the fuck?
Right. Exactly.
Right. So you have to do better in choosing the right men that come into our lives.
And that's essentially what I'm saying. And it's the discernment, just because you'll get a plethora of men in the DMs, men as well, plethora of women in the DMs. Okay, but what is it that you want? And that discernment, you should be able to identify someone that is serious, or at least try. But the thing is that we're talking about when we're picking them and when we're in the relationship, and now finding out when we're engaged that it ain't working, that he's narcissistic as when we're engaged. That's a waste of time.
That's not what she said, though. She
said
that
what I
was
said.
over a bullet wound.
That exactly.
That was something to try to save.
Again, this is why exactly. Folks try to create a storyline in their head based on the little bit that they get.
It's not a storyline. These are things that happen. So
I mean, this is her life.
Right.
Well,
but
this is all our lives.
No,
it's not all of your lives. Y'all are taking the little bit that I shared and creating your story, like getting
this whole last 40 minutes has been focused on her and her life and what she needs to do.
Thank you.
Well, I didn't tell her what she can do. Whatever.
I pay my therapist for that.
She can do whatever she wants.
The fuck?
What I'm saying is that we're all talking about anecdotal stuff in our lives. What I am talking about, on my perspective, is the discernment. What I'm talking about in my perspective is that you are a direct reflection of your results. Period. What I'm saying is that you attract what you are.
That's cute. I mean, that's a perspective.
It's true. And it's not my truth. It ain't JR's truth. It ain't Chaotic's truth. It's the truth. And until we understand that we ain't all perfect and we attract dumb,
I know
we have some problems, then that's the issue. And then that's what the whole accountability is.
Let me ask a question.
But people got God complex. I don't understand how people can sit here and hold
on, ladies.
I got a question.
Ladies.
Well, you can't say people have a God complex and you call yourself a goddess.
No, I can. Because I operate. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. No, it's not, because I'm not trying to reign over you as a man, as a fellow goddess. I'm not doing that. And your point, yes, I do. I call myself a goddess because I operate from a pure space. And I operate in the divine. I operate in God's likeness. Yes, absolutely. You don't see me telling you how to live your life or telling you what you can do. I didn't ask any of y'all for any of that. But you guys, the little bit that I shared, right, based on Anton trying to antagonize me in a sense because he's trying to make it seem like I was doing something that I wasn't, right? And trying to make it seem like I'm trying to play a role. No. In fact, every time I spoke to the majority of the topics that I spoke to, I was being pretty objective. And I'm very free-spirited and open-minded. So, the one thing that I will say is, like I said, the one thing that I know is that I don't know everything. I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend as though I know everything because I've learned and unlearned many things in my life. So in that, like, I don't sit here and tell people how they should operate, how they should show up. I show up the hell how I show up because this is where I am right now. I'm obviously the sum of all my experiences. Don't nobody try to front for nobody. You know what I mean? I shared what I shared today because, it was a topic of discussion. However, y'all can't, and I only shared a little bit of it. So there's not really much that y'all could really tell me because, like I said, I pay someone to unpack these things and I'm doing the work on myself. But I also know that, it's easy to be perceived a certain way when people are just committed to kind of misunderstanding or interpreting things the way they choose to interpret them.
Committed to misunderstanding you. Is that what you're saying?
That's what it seems like right now.
Okay, the interesting thing about it is you said that you don't know everything.
I got you, Chaotic.
And it's funny because I could fix your situation. Genuinely.
Oh
I could fix you. Real quick. I could really give you the game. I could really give you the game.
Go on, Anton.
Anton has the answer.
Go on, Anton. Come on. Tell me what the good Lord has shared with you.
He doesn't even know.
I don't have the answers or what it takes to get married and all of that other type of stuff. That's irrelevant. Okay.
That's not the end all to be all. There's plenty of married, unhappy ass people all over the planet. Like I really want to find out what is the actual objective that we have as human beings.
I didn't even ask my question.
No, I don't care.